Salute to all the real ones out there. It's your boy Mike coming at you again with another video. You guys like the content that I've been dropping? I think you do. I think you do. People coming up telling me all the time that they enjoying it. Alright? I need you to like, comment, subscribe, and share my videos with other people you think may benefit from them. Alright? Now, at the end, my end goal, honestly, is just to have a huge subscription base of like-minded individuals whereby all of us can kind of bounce ideas off of each other to just become better, bro. Like, real talk, it's kind of hard to find solid dudes these days. You know what I mean? I look left and right and I just see so many dudes who are like emasculated, man. Just fucking weak. And it's no disrespect to you guys, but I'm just saying, you gotta admit, like, think about it back in the day, man. There was so many dudes I used to think were cool and, you know what I mean? Like, there was no shame in being a man. There was no shame in, like, carrying yourself in a way that demanded respect. But now today's men are like pushovers. They're real soft. You know what I mean? A lot of beta bitches. Just fucking, it makes me just mad. I mean, you guys could probably see it in my face, man. Like, it just makes me upset that so many dudes are running away from cultivating their masculinity. And it's just breeding a world of just weak people. Because men are the builders. And if we're weak, then the whole society is weak. Kids look up, they see weak individuals, then they weak. Nobody wants to go through the hard difficulties of becoming a man. Nobody wants to embrace the difficulty in order to come out as a stronger person. The rites of passage, everyone just avoids. It's all about just kicking it, hanging out, going with the flow. Nah, man, we need more men who stand up for what they believe, more men who try to lead the way by their actions. And we also need more men who honestly are just content with themselves and are not so slaves to their animal nature. You know, we got to take the power back, bro. And I'm trying to do it bit by bit on my channel. So, without further ado, we're going to talk about one of the biggest masculine cultural icons known to date. Honestly, he's up there with me, even though he's a fictional character, with Malcolm X, my grandfather, and all the great leaders. Today's topic is going to be James Bond 007. That's my guy. Like, seriously, if I could be like any male, I know he's a fake character, but I would definitely be like James Bond. And we're going to talk about why. All right, so I got this information from Britannica. You know, Britannica is my shit. I used to read all the gold and black, the red, gold, and black, as well as the blue, gold, and black editions of Britannica when I was a kid, man, the encyclopedia. And they describe James Bond as a British literary and film character who was created by Mr. Ian Fleming. Ian Fleming being an English novelist, all right? In 1953, and he debuted, James Bond, in the thriller movie Casino Royale with actor Sean Connery. All right, Sean Connery is a great actor. You know what I mean? I liked him in League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. I also liked him in that movie with Catherine Zeta-Jones called Entrapment. You know, y'all got to check out these classics, bro. But anyway, Bond was created to basically be a peerless spy, notorious womanizer, and a masculine icon that we all love today. Now, unfortunately, I think in today's world, there are talks about like making Bond a black guy, or, you know what I mean, coming through and making him into a female. And it's like, man, what the fuck is going on? Like, come on, bro. Y'all done took away everything. We had G.I. Joe, y'all made a G.I. Jane. We had the Ghostbusters, y'all come out with the female Ghostbusters. Now we got James Bond, who was my guy, bro. I used to even watch the cartoon James Bond Jr. Now y'all talking about making him a female. Man, get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm tired of the social justice warrior programming that's going around. Like, feminists, y'all really need to just be creative and create your own goddamn shit. Why you gotta come after James Bond? Make me sick, man, for real. But anyway, James Bond was trained in intelligence and special forces, alright? He always used the latest gadgets, which is one thing I love. Like, being able to see him with a watch that could slice through metal. Or having a car that has, it could shoot rockets. Or having a tie or whatever that, you know, can help him get out of a jam. You know, this stuff is really cool. He always completed the mission, which was something else that, you know, many men don't have today. It's like staying power. I know I failed in many things in my life. You know, started something and then I just got discouraged and I quit. Like the university. I failed math and statistics 3 times. and I even had a tutor on my last time, right? And it was gonna cost me out of pocket like 8,000 euros to basically take another semester, but I decided not to, which was it happened for a reason. But you know, if I was like James Bond, I would have stuck with it. I would have made it happen. He always seduced the beautiful woman at the end, and that was cool because it was like, yo, that's just a badass dude. You know what I'm saying? Not only does he have all the things I just mentioned, but every single time there's like a female character, he manages to make an impression on her by either saving her or hitting her with some sarcasm or saying something to seduce her. That's what's up. He was an enthusiastic and clever gambler, what kind of adds to his appeal. And then he also radiated charisma and style. All right, so like I said, James Bond has been played by so many people, and he's been in like, there's been like 26 different James Bond movies, and you guys have heard about the mainstream ones, especially if you're older. If you're my age, born in like the 80s, then you're hip to certain actors playing them. But we're gonna talk about it real quick. The main three or four, like in the 1960s, he was mainly played by like Sean Connery. In the 70s or 80s, he was played by Roger Moore, who was more like a goofy type of James Bond. Then you have the 90s, Pierce Brosnan. That was my guy. That was the one that I am familiar with. And then you have Daniel Craig, who I'm also familiar with because he played Bond in the 2000s, like with Skyfall and stuff like that. But notice that there was a difference. And this is what I kind of mentioned when I talked about being pissed off. In the beginning of the 90s, there was like a response. In response to changing social attitudes, they had to drop the amount of chauvinism that Bond displayed. So he got softened as a character. All right. Just really unfortunate, man. They coming after all of our great icons. You know what I mean? Next thing you know, Batman. Hold on, in there, I think they already did it with Batman. Not mistaken, they did the same thing with Superman. Trying to make it seem like now there's like Superwoman and she's coming up. Like, man, get the fuck out of here. What y'all gonna do next? You gonna make a female Incredible Hulk? Y'all kill me with this shit. But anyway, yo, I have to mention, before I go into the traits about James Bond, I gotta say, any of y'all who think y'all know about gaming, any of y'all who, from this new generation, all you doing is playing Call of Duty and Modern Warfare, this game looks so realistic, oh man, look at the 2K, oh look at Madden, oh look. James Bond 007 GoldenEye, bro. If y'all don't know about that game, look, that is like the hardest first-person multiplayer shooting game ever. Even after that, they created a game called Perfect Dark. Like, honestly, an honorable mention that's up there with what's the name? James Bond 007 GoldenEye. My other favorite game of all time is Metal Gear Solid, bro. Metal Gear Solid. Solid Snake, Liquid Snake, Ocelot, all them cool ass characters, bro. You'll never see games like this ever made. Like, all they'll do is try to copy. Even Tom Clancy. They'll try to copy the script and make it into a new version. But let's be honest, bro. James Bond 007 GoldenEye was one of the hardest games. And I'm telling y'all, any of y'all who think y'all sweet, I'll murk you. Especially on facility and my level stack, temple, wherever y'all want to play, bro. I'm murking cats. But anyway, that game was developed in 1997 by Rare for Nintendo 64. Just hands down a cold hard classic. I don't even want to harp on it. All y'all who played with me, you know I was the coldest one. And I know all you little fuckers want to try to get Odd Job and try to cheat. Yeah, I'm talking to you, Michael Harmon. You know who I'm talking to. Yeah, you, Jason Farrell. Always trying to cheat and get the goddamn small character. Yeah, you, Alan Harmon. Michael's older brother. Y'all dudes ain't slick. Y'all dudes is not slick. Anyway, a close second. Just an honorable mention real quick on the Nintendo 64. Dog, we used to play heavy. That Smash Brothers. Y'all ain't fucking with me if I pick Link. And also Diddy Kong Racing. Who did I used to get on there? I think I used to get the turtle on there. The turtle and the tiger. I used to get both of them and be over here murking cats. But anyway, yeah. Let's get into James Bond. I kind of went down memory lane real quick. But no, real talk, ain't none of y'all fucking with me on 007. Like, I'll put money on it. But anyway, the reason why I like James Bond is because he displayed a whole bunch of traits, bro. And we gonna kind of just jump into him. First of all, he had like a baller lifestyle. Every time you seen Bond, he had something cool going on. Like, this would be the dude that if you just knew him as a person, he would always have like epic stories that would probably take the attention of the entire room, and everyone would be captivated by what he had to say. I mean, like, dude had impeccable taste, flies, cars, and like I said earlier, he had the latest gadgets. So this would be a cool ass dude to just be affiliated with. I mean, of course it's a made up character, but just imagine you knew James Bond and went to go hang out with him in a bar on Saturday night. You wouldn't even have to really do anything as his wingman. You would probably just by association get pulled into the higher part of society. You'll have a fine ass female that is into him, and there's a friend that's probably captivated by just the fact that you know this guy. Another thing, he was my boy Kevin Samuels. If y'all never heard of Kevin Samuels, he's a image and style coach. Drops awesome YouTube content. You guys definitely need to go to his channel. It's called Kevin Samuels. Yo, he talks about relationships. He talks about being a high value man. And one of the things that he has a term for, which he wants all men to be like this, right? And I totally agree with him. It's called CIA. All right, confident, intelligent, and assertive. Tell me James Bond wasn't CIA, if not the epitome of CIA, yo. Another thing I like about James Bond, yo, he was ruthless, strong, masculine, yet seductive, cunning, mysterious, bro. Like, cunning is something that females are usually really good at by nature. You know what I'm saying? Like, think of a wolf. It has to be somewhat cunning, especially when stalking bigger prey. And if you think about women, you know, they're not masculine enough to really like take down a man physically. We're determined to be the stronger sex by nature, but she can take you down and even multiple men down just from her natural cunning. So for all the muscles you think you got in the gym all flexing, bite your teeth down and shit, women have that feminine veil of weakness, and that is their strength. A woman sitting on the road crying, oh my God, will have dudes pulling over. What's wrong? Da, 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 da. That could be a setup like a motherfucker. Think about it. She ain't even have to do nothing. Meanwhile, a dude got to pull a jack move. He got to lurk in the bushes and wait for you to come out, hit you over the head, drag your body in, do all this. A female is cunning, but James Bond was cunning too, bro. And mysterious. You never knew what was coming his way. He always had a plan. He always had some type of strategy. Another thing about James Bond, competent, meaning that like he can get the job done, smooth, suave, and multilingual. Bro, you know how deadly you are as a secret agent who can slide down in Russia and then really be over here communicating so good in Russian that they feel like you're a native? Bro, that's an awesome skill as a spy, to be multilingual. I mean, I'm bilingual. I can speak English and German. You can kind of consider me trilingual if you take the little bit of Spanish I know and then also the little bit of Turkish I know. But if I'm being totally honest, I wouldn't feel comfortable to actually communicate in either one of those languages until I took a formal course, again, to actually get familiar with the structure and all that. But James Bond knew like 5 languages. How fucking awesome is that? Also, he was humorous, formidable. Like, any opponent that faced James Bond knew that they were in for hell. You know? And sometimes they would even tie him up. And I think, honestly, they would tie him up and they would give him that little minute because they wanted to see in the back of their head, I hope he gets out of it so he can still be an opponent. Like, James Bond always had a way of, like, coming back. It was like friendly competition amongst rivals. All right? He was unpredictable, adventurous, and daring, bro. Like, you gotta be a ballsy-ass dude to get dropped off somewhere in Russia as an English spy, speaking their language, infiltrate into their groups, and actually like take down a whole bunker by yourself with no outside reinforcements. That's crazy. And the last things about James Bond I just found to be cool. Number 1, he was fearless. 2, he performed well under pressure. And 3, he was highly competitive. You know what I mean? Like, he would always step up to the plate anytime someone challenged him, and he usually came out as the victor. And even if it looked like he was losing in the beginning, he always came back to kind of reinforce his will on the guy that originally won against him, you know? And all the characters, I feel like they all had different ways of playing James Bond. They all brought their own personal flair to the character. But the two I liked the most had to be. All right, well, listen, I'll give Daniel Craig the credit because he was very in shape. So he brought out like the athleticism and the actual special forces military badass will whoop you in a hand to hand combat and you believe it type way. That was Daniel Craig, you know. Now me, I can identify the most with Pierce Brosnan, you know, because of course in the '90s is when he was playing the role, and I was watching it because I was a teenager. But if I have to give like the crown, the number one crown, not only for the face and for the style and for the attitude that he brought to Bond, I'd say Sean Connery. Yo. You know, even back when I had my first apartment, I had the original GoldenEye, and I had a straight poster, and Sean Connery was on there looking real sweet with the Bond pose. But I gotta say, if we're talking about posing and the look, I think Pierce Brosnan won that shit. Like even on the cover of the GoldenEye game, ain't nobody really fucking with Pierce Brosnan as far as like the aesthetics of James Bond. So that's neither here nor there. I hope y'all got something out of the video. Like I said, I'm trying to improve my YouTube algorithm. So if you watch this video to the end, I appreciate you. Salute you for being a real one. And yeah, you know what I mean? I just am happy that I'm making some type of impact and that you're getting something out of the videos. But like, comment, subscribe. I'll holler at you on the next one.